Alright guys, welcome to Survivor, episode 3 of Survivor Runeterra. These are the 12 players left in the game. Let's go ahead and check in on the tribes. Starting things off with the Siva tribe, last things we heard was Rengar was voted out, but they did win immunity last week. We have Kane, Milio, Nidalee, and Samira, with Samira being on the outs right now after voting incorrectly at the last tribal council. Let's see how Green is doing. Let's get a little more insight with some confessionals. Joey, my mic okay? Bangers beyond this point. Yeah, we're just fucking... We're going to the stratosphere. Honestly, like, there's another song I want to hear. It's called, what's that song called? It's, Hell's Bells. Oh, yeah. There's another one, too, I would do called... Fuck, what's that song called? They play it at the beginning of, Song that plays at the beginning of Zombieland. Whom the Bell Tolls. That's the other one I would add. Whom the Bell Tolls. Ah, yeah. Perfect. We're rocking out for this episode of Survivor, boys. That's the genre we can stick to, please. Alright, so Milio says, the last few days here have been really relaxing. No one has really been talking strategy. Everyone has just been chilling in the shelter to avoid the heat. I made good on my promise to get to know Samira better. Did you know she's been in the military for 10 years? So we learned a new fact about Samira, that she's been in the military for 10 years. And we also learned that no one is doing any, like, strategizing over on Siva. They all are just trying not to die. It's been some of the hottest days ever, like, in Survivor history in the last few days on the beach. They're only 9 days in, but 9 days of extreme heat takes its toll on your body, especially for those that haven't got to eat food. Hopefully getting to eat some food soon will be absolutely massive for our team, for whoever can get that food. We hear from Samira, and she says, with the merge fast approaching, I took my time waiting. Finally, after 4 hours of relaxing, my tribe fell asleep during the day. I took this time to search the jungle for idols. As the boat arrived to take us to the merge, I found it was seconds to spare. It was buried against the base of the water well. I gotta turn that just a little bit, dude. It's vibing too hard. So big news on Samira's end, right? Milio said that nobody was doing anything. And that storyline, like, continued when we hear from Samira's perspective that as soon as everybody fell asleep, she was waiting that entire time. She immediately went looking for idols. And just before the boat arrived to take them to the merge, she found it. She found it buried up against the water well. Samira will be going into the merge with an idol, which is also Haven. Haven now has an idol going into the merge, ladies and gentlemen. This might be better for you guys, too, if I did this. Let's take a look at the Loggy tribe. We're getting just quick checkups on each tribe. So we checked in on Green. We heard from Milio and Samira. Loggy tribe is Zed, Morgana, Lucian, and Rengar. Oh, not Rengar, sorry, Elise. Rip my goat, man. Yeah. The song threw in some more Aussie. No more tears, right? Yeah. Zed, Morgana, Lucian, and Elise. And they had voted Jace off the last tribal council. Everybody flipped their votes on Jace after he stood up and played his steal a vote on Elise and declared he was going to vote Elise out. Morgana, Zed, and Lucian decided they had other plans to keep Elise in the game, and therefore everyone threw their votes on Jace, voting him out. So let's see what we hear from two homies from the blue tribe. We hear from Lucian, day 9, the purifier, and he says, the heat is fading. I can feel a tropical storm coming on the horizon. A war will be waged at the merge. When the sun rises, we'll see who's left standing. I might have been idle before, but now it's time to make a name for myself. Lucian is determined to go to war when it comes to the merge, and he says he understands that he hasn't really been playing the game the last 8 days, but today is the day to play the game, and we'll see what that means. We hear from Morgana, and she says, Elise made a name for herself at the last tribal council. I've taken stock of Jace's noble sacrifice and plan to squish the spider before she can infect any of the others. Zed and Lucian are ready to make a move. The question is, who else can we trust? So, she's got Zed, she's got Lucian potentially. She wants to strike after Elise. Everyone kind of saw what Jace did as noble, but also they saw this as an opportunity to just cut him out, and then they could focus on Elise, who is going to be a target going into the merge no matter what. Whereas like Jace, he might have been able to make a real name for himself talking to other tribes. Whereas at least they don't think that's the case. So now she's hoping she can flip those 3 on Elise and find one other person, or hopefully other people, that will also help them take her down. Morgana's not trying to be her number 2 all game. And so that is the blue tribe. I would say that like this is the new official breakdown. And Elise is on the outs. Oh, and if you wanted like an official breakdown for green, I would say Samira has kind of, made friends with Milio. So now you have this weird like T-shape going on. These 3 all like Milio, but Milio he's kind of the connecting point of, he is the heart of Siva. I think if you take out Milio, the 3 other Siva members would all start playing completely different games. With red, it's Set and his Jester, Vi and Ornn, and let's see what's going on with these guys. At the last tribal council, it was Gragas who was searching the jungle for idols and advantages. He found a steal a vote. He did not play it. LeBlanc made a big stink at tribal council. Oh no, it was Elise who made a big stink at tribal council. LeBlanc told Set before tribal, and that caused Set and Ornn technically to flip on Gragas and vote him out. But Ornn didn't agree. He just went along with it because he didn't want to be targeted. And now he has realigned himself with Vi, and he is going to try and take out Set and LeBlanc. So let's check in on them. Ornn's got a lot to say. Holy shit. He says, it seems Set has taken my kindness for granted. That's a shame. Gragas was a dear friend of mine. He will be missed. He spent the mornings walking the beach. He would give me small shells and beads he found washed up on the beach. I woke up this morning and decided to make a fake idol with Gragas' gift. I've made arrangements with Vi to seek out new allies that can help us defeat the Pit Fighter and the Deceiver. And finally he says, I will win a beer for Gragas. Because that's all Gragas talked about, was winning a beer at the reward challenge. So now Ornn has acquired 1 fake idol. Dude, not only is he good at building shelters, he has crafted a fake idol, bro. This man he's dangerous. Ornn is good he's actually a really good player in this game, man. And he's the oldest player out there, dude. He's literally him, yeah. Like, Ornn has got aura right now that we've never seen before. Like, he's cooking, dude. He knows exactly what he needs to do. And we'll see where it takes him. Vi might be on the other side of the spectrum, whereas Ornn wants revenge. And he knows what he needs to do it. He hasn't, like, broken his faith at all. Vi's on the opposite side. She says, trust no one. I've got a challenge to win. So she is cracked, if that makes sense. And Broken Vi might... Ooh, we're taking rippers. Broken Vi is gonna be an interesting character going forward into the merge as well. There's a lot of drama on red and blue. I think green is like the opposite. They're all big chillin'. Samira snuck off and found an idol, but other than that, everyone's vibing and all working together. Red and blue is like completely on fire. Like, those tribes fucking hate each other. There's so much like real beef going on right now that like when the merge hits, it's about to be a war zone, bro. Crips and Bloods, they don't. Just wait, bro. Just wait. It's about to get scary, dude. Dude, I love that new fucking channel point update thing. That thing's actually so sick. Big ol' cheers, guys. Alright, guys. Welcome to the merge. Welcome to Nui Nui tribe. So, Siva, Lagi, and... what is it? Vula are no more. Their new tribe is called Nui Nui. Big ol' cheers, guys. Ugh. Man. All right, so this is our tribe breakdown. Massive outline. Look at this shit, boys. All 12 contestants on the same beach. I've gone ahead and I've gone ahead and put everyone together with their tribes. Whether there is beef, whether there isn't beef, for now everybody is lined up with their original tribes, because something I asked you guys was, how many of you think that the survivors were going to want to work with their original alliance, and how many survivors were immediately going to go out and make new alliances? And I believe it was about 80% of you guys said new alliances, that this isn't a game of 4 anymore, this is a game of 12, and it's time to start thinking and playing like that. And it's going to pay off, but with a twist. So Jeff has decided to throw in a curveball for the survivors, and he said before they got to the merge, before the survivors left their beaches, they had to draw from a bag, and if they pull the white stone, that means that they were going on a journey and would not arrive on the merge beach at the very beginning of the game. 3 players, 1 from each tribe, are going to go on a journey and have a chance to earn some sort of advantage. There will be a miniature challenge up for play. Alright, so going into the Nui Nui tribe. Everybody arrives except for 3 of them. The 3 that don't arrive are LeBlanc, Milio, and Morgana. LeBlanc, Milio, and Morgana now have a chance to earn some sort of advantage. Here's how the game works. There are 3 bags laid out in front of you. When you approach one, one of you will approach the bags at a time, and you're going to pick one of the 3 bags to draw from. If you pull out the blue rock, you get a steal a vote. If you pull out a red rock, then you lose your vote at the next tribal council. And if you decide to, or if you get a white rock, then nothing happens. All right. So Morgana walks up and she pulls from the bag white rock. Nothing happens to Morgana's vote. She is fine. LeBlanc walks up to the bag and she pulls out a blue rock. She secures the steal a vote. LeBlanc has the steal a vote. Milio pulls out the rock. It's a red rock. He loses his vote at the next tribal council. LeBlanc gains a steal a vote. Milio loses his vote. So that's what you guys need to know from the journey, okay? And so I can put a little like color block on their head to kind of help maybe remind you guys of who has what advantage. Actually, no, you'll be fine. You'll see it in their little title cards. Jack says boo. Jack says, you're taking my fucking vote. Milio he just wasn't lucky here. That's really what it came down to. He had a 33% chance to pull the right thing, and he pulled the wrong one. Alright, let's go to the merge and see how everyone's adjusting to merge life. We hear from Zed. And Zed says, I'm still torn over that last tribal council. This game is moving so fast, and I gotta do my best to keep up before we find ourselves a tribal council tonight. Morgana and Lucian are my closest allies. The question is, which tribe can we trust to help us defeat Elise? So Zed is 100% on the same exact page as Morgana was earlier. Lucian just talked about playing the game more, but Morgana and Lucian are Morgana and Zed are on the exact same page going after Elise at the first tribal council of the merge. The question is, can they pull it off? But he also, something else I would totally note from this title card, or this confessional, is that he says the game's moving too fast, and he's worried if he can keep up. So let's see if he can manage all the new bodies, all the new heads floating around. We hear from Elise, and Elise says, I definitely overplayed my hand at the last tribal council, but it paid off in my favor. I'm hesitant to work with other tribes, but I must if I want to see tomorrow. I want to have a little chat with LeBlanc. She seems like my type. So Elise immediately spots LeBlanc out of the crowd and is like, this is my girl. Like, I think low-key we could be a dangerous duo together. And that's the thing with Elise, right? Is she's kind of, what's the word, dude? She likes to, like, ensnare her prey, and she tends to attract her prey, but she's also who she's attracted to most. And so, like, yeah, she might have been with Morgana a lot in the early game, but now she sees LeBlanc, and it's literally that meme of the dude doing this and looking back at the other girl. Like, Elise is like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, she could totally be fucking around with LeBlanc. Why fuck around with Morgana when you could fuck around with LeBlanc? So Elise is like throwing Morgana in the trash, bro. She is all for this. And we'll see what happens. We hear from Set. Set says, I want to minimize my threat level and pursue my strategy with LeBlanc. She proved herself last tribal, and I'm going to need her brain. So Set's talking about, like, kind of, he wants to, like, slow down. He thinks he's been playing the game hot and heavy. He had to vote out one of his own alliance members while making another alliance member and also kind of burning 2 other people. So it's kind of a mess for Set. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What if we all just, like, chilled out? And then his last note is like, hey, LeBlanc, she's definitely the one I need the most. That finger pointing Set being like, Roman Reigns, bro, you're going to see that all season, bro. Get ready for it. LeBlanc says, all 3 tribes are finally in one place. Who is my biggest threat? Who can I manipulate into destroying their own tribe? It's time to find the cracks in Siva and Langi. Set and I are close, and it seems Elise is of similar mind. So she talks about wanting to, like, basically pull a bunch of strings and using lies to, like, force people to vote each other out and cause a lot of self-destruction based on the drama that's already there. What she doesn't know is Langi has more drama than Siva. And then it says Set and I are of close, and Elise is of similar mind. So Set's going to be her original ally going into the merge, and Elise is the one that she's interested in. Right away, those 2 might become a dangerous duo. We'll have to see. We hear from Kane, and he says, it's Blue Kane, by the way. And it says, time to strike from the shadows and strike down my day 1 targets. Nidalee and Milio are my first targets. I should have no problem showing everyone else how close those 2 are. So his goal is to, like, put a spotlight and hopefully direct all of the eyes that are looking for a free vote on the powerful duo that is Nidalee and Milio. And we'll see if Kane can pull it off. We cut to Nidalee, and she says, Milio is my day 1 ally, and I love the little cub, but it's time that I reaffirm myself with Samira and Kane. I do not want a Siva torch getting snuffed tonight. So Nidalee is, like, I would say she's one of the older people, like, older women in the tribe, and she's also playing this game from, like, a fucking, like, very logical standpoint. She is not trying to work with the other tribes yet. She wants to see the numbers break first. She wants to keep Milio close, and she just wants to make sure all 4 of them can be putting their votes on one name tonight. That's her goal. Time to hear from Jeff, guys. So that's it for check-ins, pre-tribal count, or pre-challenge. So it says, welcome to Earn the Merge. Here's how it works. 12 players are divided into 2 teams of 6. Half of you will earn the Merge Feast and a chance at immunity. The final 6 that win in the 6v6 will move on to a individual challenge, and if they win the individual challenge, then they win immunity, and they can't be voted out tonight at Tribal Council. Everybody else will be able to get voted out, and 5 other people will get to enjoy a Merge Feast with the champion. The other 6 will get no feast, and we'll have to go back to Camp Hungry. We just talked earlier about food's big deal, so we'll see how this goes. This this is gonna be a lot of fun, boys. I put in a Survivor Classic. These are our two teams. So we have Team 1 and Team 2. And the challenge is going to be sumo wrestling. This is water sumo wrestling. You have this bag, and the objective is to knock your opponent off the platform without getting knocked into the water yourself. They swim to get to the platform, so they're both fucking like soaking wet. The bags are wet, the platform's soaking wet. Like it's fucking usually raining when they do this, and it's gonna be fucking chaos. So these are gonna be individual 1v1s. These are the two teams competing. My question to you guys is which team do you think's winning? And I will bump it up a notch, and we should do predictions in stream. So give me a second. I'm going to set that up. I'm going to set up the predictions really fast. Do you guys think it's going to be Team Yellow or Team Orange? Going out the rails on a crazy train. Team Yellow, Team Orange. And you guys got 5 minutes to vote. Probably take me five. It'll probably take me like 10 more minutes to do this mission. Got it. There you go. There you go, boys. And I'll put in some mad channel points on one team or the other. I'm going to say Team Orange wins by 200,000. the back of the head. And now you have Elise versus Nidalee, dude. The Panther versus the Spider. They both change forms and just fucking go at it, dude. Nah, I'm just kidding. It is Elise who takes the win, though. Just being super, what's the word? Flexible, dude. She just outflexed fucking Nidalee. 2-2. We got LeBlanc versus Morgana. Morgana is able to take the win. It's 3-2 now. We got Lucian versus Zed. Zed comes at him. Zed's the mid laner, dude. The assassin versus the ADC. You think the ADC would lose here, but nope. Lucian's able to outplay him, and down he goes. Zed is, again, playing the game too fast. He charged at Lucian thinking he could just take him out, and Lucian basically sidestepped him. And Zed basically flew off the platform, kind of embarrassing himself. In a tied ball game now, because this game's tied, we're going to have a rematch of the first round. It'll be Samira versus Vi. Whoever wins, their team will get a shot at immunity and will be going to the Merge Feast. So here's the tie. We got Samira and Vi. And the winner this time, so in round 1, Vi had won. But in the tiebreaker, it's Samira who wins. And so these are your final 6 that are going to be doing this challenge to see who can hold on to the poles the longest. Whoever holds on to the pole, like, you have to hold on to these little stubby poles, and then you're on like a wicked slanted route. So you want to keep your legs up basically to like lock yourself in place. And when you get down to the last peg, you have to hold your legs out straight. Do 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 do. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So in 6th place, first person to fall off the water, Kane. Kane is out. In 5th place, this is for our first individual immunity win of the season, boys. Kane is out in 6th place. In 5th place, LeBlanc. LeBlanc, no shot at immunity. We have Lucian, Elise, Set, and Samira left. In 4th place, Lucian. Lucian drops. Lucian's out. No shot at immunity. In 3rd place, Elise. Elise drops. No shot at immunity. It's Set and Samira for the first individual immunity win of the season. Who's it going to be, boys? Who's winning, Joey? Set or Samira? I lost so hard, turned into a normal human. In 2nd place, Samira, winner of the first individual immunity challenge. Set. He says, first immunity win of the season. Feels good to remind everyone who the boss is around here. God damn, dude, he's tough. All that forearm strength, dude. Even though he was jacked, he was able to hold his weight up, bro. Everybody else couldn't do it, dude. He beat Samira, who should be crazy flexible and good at this, bro. Said it might just become Samira's kryptonite. We'll have to see. And now they're going to get to enjoy the Merge Feast. Jeff, tell them what the Merge Feast is. Oh, it's just a triple appetizer combo from Applebee's. Burger and fries and alcoholic drinks while they're conversating. Let's talk about it. Aw, yeah. I hope you guys weren't hungry. Set in, click U and set W. Ha ha ha, yeah. There's a lot of League references in the sumo fight. So, like, Vi was able to just knock Samira off because she's like, she got the big hands. Set was the younger, stronger, like, buck. Even though Ornn is tough, he was able to out-manhandle him. When Kane went flying in on Milio basically, like, monkey climbed over him and then, like, basically used his super strong leg to kick him and cause him to fall into the water. Elise and Nidalee basically turned into their animal forms and went fucking at it, bro. Either way around, but you know what I meant. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Morgana and LeBlanc just kind of fucking threw hands. These are the two that are, like, friends but are beginning to, like, turn out. Or, no, I think it's Elisa Morgana. I have to scroll up. Hang on. Yeah, it's Elise and Morgana. These two haven't met each other before, but Morgana is already starting to tell that like LeBlanc is starting to replace her. Like the fact that Elise isn't really talking to Morgana post merge, and then she's already had a couple conversations with LeBlanc, it's starting to worry Morgana. So this was a tight matchup. And then I think the last Lucian, like Zed came flying in, Lucian eat out of the way, bro. And then Samira she won the second round matchup against Vi. She put themselves in the immunity, and then she came second place to Set. How do you think that feels? How do you think Samira feels right now? Even though she did find an idol earlier, and she's made an alliance with Milio, you gotta know she must be a little mad at Set. Okay, so here's the feast, and Elise decides to speak up during the feast, so these are the 6 that get to go eat. And she says, if anyone's interested, I might have an easy target for tonight. And Set replies, as long as it's one of those losers back home. And Elise said, Zed cannot be trusted. He's been sneaking around since day 1. I think he might even have the idol. So Elise is just spewing lies into the ears of Set, who has immunity and can basically point the vote in any direction tonight. And he goes, Lucian, do you agree with Elise? And Lucian's like, Zed can't be trusted. So he doesn't want to like blow his cover and reveal that he is working with Zed. So he just goes along with it. But the bad news is most of these people are now down to vote Zed tonight. Zed could be in huge trouble. Sleepy, your name's on the chopping block, brother. And the feast continues when they get to drinks. And Kane decides to speak up once everyone's starting to drink, and he says Milio and Nidalee are a tight duo. Might be worth breaking them up as well. And Set goes, I'm not afraid of the old man and the gloomy one. And Samir says very close duo, so she reaffirms what Kane says. Elise doesn't say anything, she just takes stock of it. And LeBlanc says, remember, Set, Vi, and Ornn are the problems. So not only... Wait. She said Set is a problem to his face. Hang on, delete this. Typo. Remember, Vi and Ornn are still problems. Okay, much better. I was like, I just read that and I was like, she's right there. What are you doing, LeBlanc? It's okay. Alright, so we heard from the 6 that got to go on the feast, eating all this delicious Applebee's and getting drunk. Set is at Tribal tonight, and one of the other 11 will be going home. It's also worthy to note that LeBlanc has a steal a vote, Samira has an idol, and Milio has no vote. So those are all the advantages that are in play right now, in case you guys were wondering. We cut to Lucian, and he says, it appears I've ended up at the villains' dinner table. While they gorge themselves, I'm keeping quiet and taking mental stock of my enemies. These are the people I want to vote out first in this game. So Lucian he's preparing to take out the darkness, bro, and he fucking knows that he is sitting at the House of Villains dinner table right now. He is truly the only hero among villains, and he is hoping to strike each and every one of these motherfuckers down before he dies and gets voted out. So that is a breakdown of the 6 that went to the feast. So you have these 5 working together, and then Lucian, who is not ready to work with them at all. Let's go take a look back at camp. These are the 6 that didn't get to eat. It seems like they're all, unified. There's no issues among them talking on who should get voted out. Let's hear from them though. Ready? Nidalee says, Ornn and Vi are good people. The 4 of us could go far in this game. I have reservations about working with Morgana or Zed. Something about the Jace vote just doesn't sit right with me. So she doesn't trust Zed and she doesn't trust Morgana, but she actually does like Ornn and Vi. So that's a bit of character growth for Nidalee, because she said earlier that she wasn't ready to work with any of the other tribes. But now she's at least admitted to herself, I'll work with Red, but I'm not working with Blue. It's one or the other. And as you see, Green is really not a target at this next tribal. It really feels like Red and Blue are just going to go to all-out war with each other. There's about to be bloodshed on both sides. Vi and Zed have a one-on-one conversation. She says, you help me vote out LeBlanc and I will help you with your spider problem. A deal made in the shadows is a deal I can abide by. You have my word, Vi. So Vi has now made another ally with Zed. This was out in the jungle, under the shade of all the trees, in the shadows, literally. And now they've agreed, hey, you help me with my problem, I'll help you with yours. It's a very honest fucking conversation. It's a very, like, fair deal for both characters. And so we're seeing Blue and Red work together. Interesting. This is the sneakiness right here. Blue and Red are working together through the power of Vi and Zed. They might have a chance to turn the tides of what's happening around them. We hear from Milio, and he says, I have no vote tonight. I told my closest ally, and have decided to spend some time alone on the beach. I have no control over my fate tonight. Whatever happens, I'll just have to accept. So Milio is feeling a little sad today. He's having a sad merge. I'm gonna make myself cry. Look at him. Look at him, he's so sad looking. Yeah. He's having himself a sad merge, dude. He can't vote. But look, someone's gonna approach him while he's sad. It's Ornn. He says, cheer up, kid. The drama from Lagi and Vula overshadow any drama from Siva. You'll still be here tomorrow. And he goes, thanks, Abuelo Ornn. Which I don't know if I use that right. He says, I lost my vote on the journey, so it's more nerve-wracking to be so useless. He goes, no vote, Just means you need to talk with the rest of Siva. That's 3 united votes that can make a difference tonight. You're a good friend, Ornn. So, like, these two are fucking boys now, dude. They bonded through sadness. I gotta wipe my eyes. Ornn and Ornn and Milio coming together, dude. Who knew we needed it, bro? In 2025. Oh, I'm such a baby. I got fucking tears just from... what did I say earlier? I said sad merge. You know what I do? You know what tears and yawns equal? Rippers. Ah, shit, it's peak. It's so good, dude. The story's so good this season, bro. It's the best one yet. Alright, here we go. Now Morgana approaches Ornn on his own. Ornn's the one having all the conversations, it looks like. And he says, LeBlanc manipulated Set into voting out our ally. Oh, she says, Vi is pushing for LeBlanc to go home. Why? And Ornn says, he just tells her the truth. He says, LeBlanc manipulated Set into voting out our ally Gragas. She said he found an advantage, but he would have told me. I know she's lying. And he doesn't know that Gragas never did tell Ornn. He just believed that Gragas was such pure of heart that he would have told him. And so he is still fighting for Gragas, even though he didn't know Gragas lied to him. And it's a beautiful thing to be so honest like Ornn. Ornn is so honest. And she says, I'm so sorry, Ornn. So now they're bonding. And you got Morgana and Ornn, and you got Ornn and Milio, and Ornn is... his heart is what's attaching him to people, bro. It's what's like pouring over and affecting the way these people are going to play the game. He's exuding aura, dude. He's literally him. And so this is the breakdown. And you have these 5 united together in their voting tonight. And you have Milio kind of on the outs because he doesn't have a vote. Not that he's going to get voted out, but no, I don't think they've really mentioned him much. I think at the dinner table, he was one of the names mentioned that the Majority Alliance wants to target. Thanks to Kane. Kane spat out his name during drinks. It was Elise who spat a name out first, though. During Burger and Fries, she said it was Zed who couldn't be trusted. So Zed's name's on the chopping block. Milio's name's on the chopping block. Nidalee's name's on the chopping block. It's a mess right now. But then again, he also said, I'm not afraid of the old man and the gloomy one, when he meant Vi and Ornn. He's not worried about his old enemies. He's worried about taking out new enemies. And everybody else is just kind of agreeing with him because they're scared. The only person that had the guts to speak up was Lucian. So we got an interesting fucking story ahead of us. This is a weird breakdown of everyone right now. We have all the major duos in the season. The only one that isn't a duo really is Samira and Kane. They've been kind of floaters, even this deep into the merge. Like, this deep into the merge episode, they're still floaters in my eyes. You could say she's working with Samira, but that's it. And then all the other super duos are Nidalee, Milio, Elise, Morgana, Lucian, and Zed, LeBlanc, and Set, Vi, and Ornn. And we're going to hear a few more slides before we go to Tribal Council. You guys ready? Zed and Lucian come together as an alliance. And he says, the winners are pushing for your name tonight because of Elise. She threw your name under the bus. I won't let you go home next. So Lucian's determined on keeping Zed in this game. And Zed says being the losers has its own perks. We might have the bodies to turn the tides against the Spider Queen tonight. So it looks like Lucian and Zed are going to take their strike to take out LeBlanc. Or not take out LeBlanc, sorry, to take out Elise. We have Ornn approaching Set, and he says, you broke our alliance to Gragas. Why do you insist on keeping that jester around? And he says, Gragas lied to me, Ornn. He broke the alliance first, and from what I can tell, that alliance is dead. So keep walking, old man, before I decide you should go home next. And Ornn says, your mother would be disappointed to hear you speak to a friend that way. God damn. Fucking twist the knife, dude. Ornn and Set are on a collision course for a future war that might happen tonight. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen 3 days from now. Who knows? But they are not fucking friends anymore. And we got... Damn, dude. The girls are balling out, dude. They're just all... Look at the drip, dude. They're absolutely dripped out, bro, for their first tribal. And it says the first 3 targets to survive being voted out. We shall be known as the Black Widow Alliance. We control the game now. It's pretty fucking maddening, dude. Look at them. The Black Widow Alliance might be the scariest alliance in this game. We'll see. And this is our really weird breakdown of tribal or of the group. So you have the Black Widow Alliance right here. You have LeBlanc, who's attached to Set, and then Kane, who's also attached to Set. And then you have Nidalee, who's just attached to Milio, who's attached to Ornn. And you have Vi, who is kind of just attached to Ornn. And then you have Zed and Lucian, who are together and on their own. Thank you for the yippee, War Turtle. Who do you think's going home tonight, boys? We're looking at like the majority 6 versus... I mean, there's 6 over here too, though. So the votes are super close. Super, super close. And off to Tribal Council they go. One of these 11 players is going home tonight, boys. Who's it going to be? So many people are attached together. Yeah, dude, they're fucking on the island. Alright, try to predict who's going home, boys. You got a 1 in 11 chance based on all the information I gave you tonight. Let's see if you can play detective and predict who is going home tonight. It's like gambling. 1 in 11 shot. Can you predict who's going home tonight based on the story I told you? Well, War Turtle, you'd be right because he has immunity. He can't be voted out. He won the challenge today, so that yellow box around his name indicates that he cannot be voted out tonight. He is safe from being voted out. That's what winning immunity means. There's also a lot of advantages in play that I can name out loud real quick. Samira has an idol. LeBlanc has a steal a vote. Milio has no vote. Milio cannot vote tonight. That means that there are only 11 votes in the air. Oh boy, we got ourselves a fucking nasty tribal councilor. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna take a ripper and we're gonna read the votes. And I have another episode already written and ready to go for next week, boys. Cheers. That was kicked. I gotta pack a freshie. Here you go. I'm gonna leave you on the edge of your seats. Will it be one of the names that the majority talked about at their feast? Can the underdogs pull out a strike against Elise and take out the Spider Queen? Elise is vulnerable tonight. You know what I mean? Will Samira get whiff of Elise's strike and try to use her idol to save Elise? Will LeBlanc use her steal a vote to take a vote away from the underdogs? A lot can happen. A lot can happen. No more tears. Alright. I'm going to pack the bowl, and then I'm going to read the votes, and we'll take a ripper for the person going home. This will be the 4th person eliminated from Survivor Runeterra, and the first member of our jury. This person will have a direct impact on who wins the game. This is some big stakes. Hellbills. Are you ready? Ready up emotes in the chat, boys. And I'll take more song requests if you're willing. Cheers.
I won't forget that.
First vote, Zed. 1 vote, Zed. LeBlanc. 1 vote, Zed. 1 vote, LeBlanc. Zed. 2 votes, Zed. 1 vote, LeBlanc. LeBlanc. 2 votes, Zed. 2 votes, LeBlanc. Zed. 3 votes, Zed. 2 votes, LeBlanc. LeBlanc, we're tied. 3 votes, Zed. 3 votes, LeBlanc. Zed. 4 votes, Zed. 3 votes, LeBlanc. LeBlanc, we're tied again. 4 votes, 4. Zed, 5. LeBlanc, we're tied again. 6. 4th person voted out of Survivor Runeterra. We're at 6 votes LeBlanc, 6 votes Zed, 1 vote left. There was no advantages played, no idols played. We know Milio did not have a vote. Who do you think's going home, guys? Do you think it's Zed or do you think it's LeBlanc? You have a 50-50 shot at predicting the vote out now. Fourth person voted out of Survivor Runeterra. Zed, bring me your torch. Lucian, I failed you. Morgana was never our ally. It's only a matter of time before Elise turns on you as well. So that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Zed just said it. It was Morgana never really willing to work with the underdogs. She was still always going to work with LeBlanc and be attached to LeBlanc. And that is it for Survivor Season 5, Episode 3, boys. Zed is gone. He's the 4th person eliminated. Rest in peace, Zed. He didn't see the dangers coming, dude. He started the episode off shaky. He played right into his old ways of wanting to vote out someone and thinking he could just use others as numbers, and it backfired on him. It was Elise's brazenness to call his name out at the fucking feast, and Set was in a good mood and decided to go along with it, and Lucian, who was too afraid to do anything, also went along with it, and it just put the target too big on his back. And down he went, boys. So if we take a look, this is our official sheet for next week. Zed is now officially a part of the jury, and there are 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 players left in the game. Sleepy is officially out of this game, so we've lost Aegis, we lost Joey, we lost Aegis, we lost Axons, and we've lost Sleepy. 4 dudes in a row, by the way. The women now have the advantage for the first time ever in this game. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women in this game, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men left in this game. Interesting to note. And if you take a look at the votes last week, these were the voting breakdown. It was Samira, Elise, Morgana, LeBlanc, Set, and Kane who voted against Nidalee, Milio, Lucian, Vi, and Ornn. And so now you have a majority alliance and you have the minority alliance. Or as I like to call them, the winners and the underdogs. Like the leading, what's this called? Yeah, majority alliance and the underdogs. And I also broke it down by tribe for you guys. So you can see there are 4 Siva left. There are 4, what is their tribe name again? I already forgot it. It's like Luva or some shit. It's so fucking forgettable. The red tribe, hang on. It's Vula. I keep thinking it's Luva. It's Vula. Vula. Okay. I got it matched. There's 4 Vula, 4 Siva, and 3 Lagi left. The Lagi 3, Lucian, Elise, and Morgana. All the other men are gone. Zed and Jace are gone. It's pretty crazy. And I have the whole episode written. I have another 1, 2, like, it's like 30 slides. There's a whole challenge, a whole vote out, and everything. And I will share that with you guys next week before we go to SummerSlam. That's it for Survivor Runeterra. It was exactly an hour. It was fucking mwah, chef's kiss.